A burnt, tattered letter, hidden inside a secret compartment of an abandoned mansion, was discovered, its edges blackened as if it had survived a fire, and written in a strange, fading ink were the chilling words, "Whoever reads this secret may reach the treasure, but returning will never be their fate." Yet, human curiosity often overpowers fear, and so it did with Hamza, a brave yet stubborn young man whose eyes sparkled with dreams of gold and jewels the moment he read the letter. It spoke of an ancient lake, a broken tree, and a path that only appeared under the light of the moon. That very night, under a pale, silent sky, Hamza set out toward the place, where whispers floated in the cold air, and every step felt as though something unseen followed him. As he reached the edge of the lake, the water rippled unnaturally, and a shadow rose from its surface, a ghost with eyes glowing like burning embers and a voice that echoed like a distant whisper, warning him to turn back. But greed had already taken hold of his heart, and he refused. As he stepped forward, the ground trembled, and a hidden door slowly opened beneath him, revealing a dark tunnel. Inside, the walls were covered with ancient carvings showing lost souls who had once chased the same treasure and never returned. A sudden gust of freezing wind swept through the passage, and multiple ghosts appeared at once, the guardians of the treasure. Their faces were filled with pain and anger, as if they were trapped in an eternal curse. Hamza's heart pounded wildly, yet he kept moving, unable to resist the lure of unimaginable wealth. At the end of the tunnel lay a vast chamber, overflowing with piles of gold, sparkling gems, and forgotten riches. The sight was so mesmerizing that he forgot every warning, every fear. But the moment he picked up a single gold coin, the entire chamber shook violently, and the ghosts screamed in unison, their voices echoing with rage and sorrow. They rushed toward him, as if something had been unleashed. It was then Hamza realized the truth. This treasure was not a reward, but a trap, a curse binding every soul that touched it. The ghosts surrounded him, and a chilling voice whispered, "Now you will remain with us." He tried to escape, but the entrance had sealed shut. His screams echoed endlessly through the darkness, fading into silence. The next morning, villagers passing by the mansion found the same burnt letter once again, but this time new words had appeared. "Another greedy soul has joined us." And so the secret claimed yet another victim, for some treasures are not meant to be found. They are curses guarded by spirits that never let anyone leave alive. Days after Hamza's disappearance, the story of the cursed letter spread quietly through the nearby village, carried in hushed voices and fearful glances. But among those who heard it was Ayaan, Hamza's closest friend, who refused to believe that his friend was gone forever, driven not by greed but by loyalty and an unshakable determination to uncover the truth. He set out to find the mansion, carrying the same burnt letter that now felt colder in his hands than before, as if it held a living presence within it. And when he reached the lake under the same pale moonlight, the air grew heavy, and the whispers returned, louder this time, almost pleading, as though warning him not to continue. Yet Ayaan stepped forward, calling out Hamza's name, his voice echoing across the still water, until suddenly the surface of the lake shattered into ripples, and the same ghost emerged, its glowing eyes now dimmer, almost sorrowful, and instead of a warning, it spoke in a broken tone. "You are too late." But Ayaan demanded answers, refusing to leave without his friend. And as if bound by some unseen force, the ground once again opened, revealing the dark tunnel. Yet this time it felt different, heavier, as though the darkness itself had grown stronger. Inside, the walls now showed a new carving, Hamza's face among the lost souls, his expression frozen in terror. And Ayaan's heart sank, but he pressed on, determined to break whatever curse held them captive, until he reached the treasure chamber, where the gold still glittered temptingly, But now, among the shadows, stood Hamza himself, pale and lifeless, his eyes glowing faintly like the other spirits, and when he spoke, his voice echoed unnaturally. "Leave, before you become one of us." Yet Ayaan stepped closer, refusing to abandon him. And in that moment, the chamber shook again. The ghosts began to gather, their forms twisting in anger, as if resisting Ayaan's defiance, and the curse tightened its grip, testing whether loyalty could succeed where greed had failed.